Hey guys, I'm doing this video to give you an update about my first period after two reversal. I know this might be a TMI video. If you don't like to hear TMI videos, then you can just not hear it. But as you guys know, after two reversal, your body's gonna change a lot, and you are going to have so many changes in your body in the next 6 months after tour reversal. Um, so what happened is I have 3 apps that I track my period. Um, One of the apps is right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's called Flow. That's how, when you open it, that's how it looks. All right. Then my other app is called Lady Timer. This is the second app I started following it. And this is what it looks like when you open it. And then my third app that I started following is Pre-Mom. And then when you open it, this is what it looks like. Okay. The reason why I did Flow first is because I started wanting to follow my periods February of this year, 2019. I used to follow and track my period back when I was young, like 18, 19, and then I stopped. I've always had a pretty healthy period. I've always been on time since I got in my period. I got in my period, I think, when I was like 12. So I really didn't have any issues to follow it. I was always really fertile. Never had any issues getting pregnant prior to my tubal ligation. So I decided to start following my periods again February 2019 because I started doing some natural remedies to heal my body from PTLS. And since that, my body started changing and started getting worse. My PTLS symptoms started getting worse and worse and worse. It was the worst thing that I did. Even though there were natural remedies, they were actually messing up my body. Not because they were bad for my body, but it's because I think my body wanted to do what it was supposed to do and it wasn't able to, because once your tubes are blocked, they're blocked. Once they're cut, tied, and burned, they're blocked pretty much. So it's like, if you get a girl that just her fallopian tubes are blocked, for natural causes, they cannot block themselves with natural, herbs and stuff. But when your tubes are cut, burnt, and tied, it's hard to, do anything for your body to go back to normal unless you get it to reversal. So that's why I started using the app Flow and the Lady Timer. If you look at it, this is when you open it, you see everything red and green. Well, when you click on this little icon right here, it turns pink and blue. What that means is, What that means is, supposedly, if I conceive on the 14th or the 15th, I'm gonna have a girl. If I conceive on the 16th or the 17th of September, I'm gonna have a boy. That's what it means. I don't know if this is just a myth or a fact, but my husband wants to have a boy, so that's why I have it like that. It's not like we're gonna try to conceive on those days, but we're trying for a boy. And like I said, I don't know if that's a myth or a fact, but we want just one baby. So hopefully the first baby is a boy if God allows us to have a baby. Now the other app that I have is the Pre-Mom, and the only reason why I have this one is because if I click on the middle, I can see my LH search strips. I take a picture and I post them here, and it tells me which ones are my peak days that I can try to start baby dancing to conceive. So those are the apps I have. I do follow all 3. It is a little bit stressful to have all 3, but all 3. I wish there was an app that gives me all the same information in one. So if you guys know about an app like that does all 3 of these things, track your period, tells you which days you can have a boy and a girl, and also save your LH surge, or the app reads your level of LH surge hormones, then let me know and I would be glad to download the app. But other than that, I use 3 apps to track all this stuff. Okay, so I do follow the Flow more because that's the one I've been using since February. The Pre-Mom, I started using it last month, and the Lady Timer, I think I started using it about 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I do follow the flow because since, like I said, is the tracker that I'm using since February is more accurate because it has more periods that I've logged. So prior to my surgery, it told me that I was supposed to have a period starting August 30th. My period was supposed to come August 30th. That was my normal um, period. I was supposed to ovulate on August 14th. Um, but what happened is I had my surgery on August 1st. I was already on my period since July 30th. So I was already on my period since July 30th, 31st. August 1st was my surgery. I was already on my period on my surgery and 2 days after that. Well, based on the Flow app, I was supposed to ovulate on the 14th, but based on the pre-mom, when I started doing my ovulation, I did not ovulate until the 17th. When I ovulated on the 17th, per the LH search strips, my period changed to September 1st. That's what the Flow app told me, that I was going to start my period on the September 1st. But what's weird is my period still came on time. I still had my period on August the 30th. So my period started being very, very light on August 29th. Nighttime, I think it was. I kind of like wet myself and there was like little spots. And I was like, okay, my period's about to come. But then it stopped. Usually when I'm about to get my period, I spot or I just get the flow, like medium sized flow, and then I start my period. And boom, I have 5, 6, 7 days. For the normal, before I started having big symptoms of PTLS and prior to my tubal ligation, my period's always been from 6 to 9 days. I'm a long day period girl. So my periods normally before my tubal ligation were 6 to 9 days. They were really, really heavy. And then I lasted like that. I got my tubal ligation. I had heavy periods. They became even heavier. They blocked clots everywhere during my periods. And then I say about 2 years ago, my period started decreasing. It started getting lighter and darker, and it's like instead of being 6 to 9 days, it became more like 5 days. After I started, I think it was December of last year, 2018, I started natural remedies that I found on YouTube to try to bring my hormones back to normal and help these PTL symptoms. It was the worst thing I did because for some reason my body just got worse. My PTL symptoms just got worse. I couldn't get up of bed. I was so fatigued. On top of that, I have MS and thyroid. I think everything was like crashing again. I was kind of scared that I was gonna have another MS attack based on me trying all these remedies, and it just did. The remedies were working fine and lovely for other girls. I saw their posts, but just for me, it wasn't cutting it. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So I decided after trying these remedies, these natural remedies for like 2-3 months, I stopped. I was like, no, this is not helping me. And after that, I just became a disaster. My PTL symptoms got worse. My hormones got worse. Everything was out of whack. And I just was not feeling good. And this is when I told my husband, we need to do my tubal reversal now. I don't know if my body's going premenopause. I'm scared because we was already talking about having another baby. It was his decision and my decision as well to have a boy because we don't have no boys. Well, then I did get my period very, very light the next day. And I was spotting again and it stopped. And then at the middle of the night on the 30th, it just started coming. It wasn't like super heavy, but it wasn't super light. And then it was bright red ever since. From the 30th, 31st, the 1st, and then around the 2nd, it started getting a little bit light. So my period lasted 5 days. Prior to my tubal reversal, it was lasting around 3-4 days, which was not normal for me. That's not normal for me. I don't know what my body was doing. So I was worried that before I did my tubal tubal reversal, that I was going premenopause, then I just wasn't going to a doctor to confirm it. So this month my period did last one extra day. Now it's 5 days. Let's see what happens next month. I did have some blood clots. I'm having some migraines and I'm having some fatigue. I don't know if my hormones are just trying to get back to normal. But I did email the doctor and I asked them, do I have to wait 6 months to get my progesterone checked or my hormones checked, or do you guys recommend that I do it now? Because I do believe that my hormones are a little bit out of whack. So that's what my period was like right now. It wasn't that bad. I feel like my period was way better than before my tour reversal. My blood was brighter and more watery instead of more blood clots. I did have a lot of blood clots this time, but they were smaller than normal than before my tour reversal. And I had like 3 about these size. Where before my tour reversal, my period wouldn't come down. It would just be blood clots after blood clots after blood clots, maybe a little bit of blood in the pad, and just blood clots coming every day. Little from big. My period was painful this period. So I don't know if it's just my body cleansing itself out. I don't know. I'm gonna do another video about it next month. If we don't conceive, I'll do a video about my period next month, and I'll let you guys know, hey, I feel like my period was more normal, so it is my body regulating, or no, it was worse, or it was the same. But like I said, I had blood clots this month, and my blood was brighter and healthier. It looked healthier. It didn't look as dark as it did before. And that's about it. I mean, I had fatigue and I had migraines this period, and that was normal to me prior to my tubal reversal, but it was not normal to me prior to my tubal ligation. I am gonna do another video of my tubal reversal fallopian tube length. How long are my length right now? Because I have forgotten to mention that in my other videos. I have a few more things that I've noticed in my body that I did not notice on the previous video. Because I am noticing different changes in my body that are good, and I have noticed them but just forgot to mention in the last video. And I'm gonna tell you guys on the next video too, what am I gonna do different this month of September. I do have a goal that I want to do. It's a personal goal. It has nothing to do with my tubal reversal, and that will only change if I do conceive this month. Because I have to, if I do conceive, I have to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for the baby and for my body. So we did not conceive last month. We wasn't really trying. But it was really fun to watch my body change. It was it was like stressful and exciting at the same time, you know. But overall, my husband says he's happy with my changes. I do have more energy. I'm able to do a little more things. This week with my period, I have not been able to do that much because, like I said, I am getting migraines again, and I did get fatigue. I got a little bit of few symptoms that I had prior to my tubal reversal with my period. And from that, I heard that it could be the progesterone levels and estrogen levels that could be changing. So I might have to get some kind of treatment for that. I might just have to wait 6 months to see what my body does. But let's see what happens. Next month, I will do another little video just to keep an update with my period, because that is going to be the hardest thing for me, I noticed, since that's the time where your hormones are changing. Other than that, outside of my period, I've done wonderful. The healing process, the hormones, I've done okay. But again, wait for my next video. I'm going to tell you guys my tube length. Like I said, I don't think I've mentioned that in my other videos. There's a goal in my life I want to do. And like I said, it's only going to change if I conceive. And I will do next month, I will do another video about my update on my period if we don't conceive as well. Well, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. For those ladies who are gonna get the tour reversal soon, or you know, you got that in mind, I wish you luck. I wish you wealth. I wish you financially prosperity, so you guys can get your tour reversal because it's the best thing I've done. You guys have a great day. See you guys soon.